Welcome back to the channel, guys. So today we're going to blast open this box from the Great White North, otherwise known as Canada. We have our injection pump and our 4 injectors returned after a bit of refurbishing. So we sent them off to performancediesel.ca, aka Giles, and he has gone ahead and rebuilt our pump, done a couple little tweaks in the pump to help it perform better, and then has also refurbished our fuel injectors. Has new nozzles. They are Bosio 520s, I believe, so it should be a 205 or 206 orifice, so should get good power, low smoke, my kind of build. I don't like rolling coal. I don't think it's very intelligent. You do what you want to do. But let's go ahead and get this slapped into the motor here. And we're going to blaze through this pretty quick because it is fairly simple. Bolting these in is nothing more than sticking your new seal on the tip of the injector, putting each injector in its respective hole, and really the only one that matters is that third one with the injection sensor on it. And other than that, put the little clamps on that hold them down, bolt them in, torque them to spec. I believe it's 15 or 16 pound-foot, and pretty much you're done with the injectors. Assuming they sealed fine, which, being that this whole head was sandblasted and cleaned up perfect, ought to be no problem. This will be pretty easy. I just need to get some lines that go between the injectors and put the little banjo fitting that is not present on the third injector, and we're pretty much ready to slap that together and connect it to the pump, which obviously is not yet in place, but in about right now it will be. Ta-da! Injection pump is on, and I didn't really cover this in too much detail because truthfully it's 3 bolts. It's not that difficult. The difficult part really comes from timing it and getting everything straightened out in that regard. So this is just a lot of me fiddling around getting all the fasteners back in place because some of them popped out of the cover, but this is pretty minor to finish up. So we're going to just tidy up the pump for now because I have to time it later, and what we're going to do is ready, set, bang. Here comes our 1980 Rabbit diesel. So this car came all the way from South Carolina. Beautiful car. I know it looks rusty, but as the guy that owns it told me, it's solid. It's all here. And he's right. This is the most crazy patina I've ever seen on a car naturally that didn't also have structural problems. As you can see, the fender's got no paint on the top, the roof is totally rusted, the sides have rust on them, but it's got solid floors, a solid strut tower set, a solid cowl. It's all here. It's a great car. So it came from deep south, great shape. It was running before the motor got pulled out, and thank goodness, you'll see the lines, this has air conditioning because the owner wants to put air conditioning back in with this AHU swap, so we're going to have to adulter the engine bay just a little bit to fit the pump, but at the end of the day, much easier now that I have a full AC box to work with. So, today's project, well, this half of today's project, let's get all this crap out of the engine bay so we can get cleaning. And we're just going to start ripping and tearing, basically, get everything out of here. Washer tank, coolant tank, fuel filter, solenoid for the glow plugs. Basically, anything that can come out that isn't a grommet that keeps water out of the interior is leaving because it's in the way and I don't want to deal with it. And then what we're going to end up doing is taking the car outside and really getting this engine bay shined up so that way it's ready. It's ready to take the engine, which is still going to be a little ways because obviously we'll get the wiring out, and I'm probably going to wire the car first and then put the engine in. But that aside, our main objective here is to get all the stuff that needs to be out of my way, so I can most easily clean and preserve anything I have to and get ready to do the fun part of this job. Now, with everything that's not harness removed, it's pretty much time to take this sucker outside and hit it with the power washer. Obviously, we have a lot of dust and dirt to get out of here. And you look at the control arms, they're going to stay grubby. We'll see what the customer wants to do. I might get a sandblaster and blast them and then paint them black or something like that. I mean, honestly, whatever he wants. It's not my car, so that aside, let's get ready and push this thing outside. Hopefully this won't be too bad because they don't weigh much with an engine, and they certainly weigh less without an engine. So let me get my camera set up here, and of course the vet's kind of in the way because it's beached, getting an upgrade, which we'll cover later. But we'll get you stood up here, and I'll get pushing this thing out here. And here we go. that's where we're going to leave it for today, guys. Looks like we have a really nice engine bay to work with here. Super clean, no rust that is structural. So any rust that is there, I don't care. The owner doesn't care. We're going to end up penetrolling over everything to make sure it stays preserved and stays healthy. And it's about time to go pull this wiring out and start putting this car together. So I hope you guys stay tuned for the rest of this build. It's going to be kind of a long process, but we're going to cover a ton of stuff. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.